But yeah, man, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy. Before you end up like busy, but make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. Everything you know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? You say you chilling, you better be chilling, Franklin Saint, but you end up like Saint. You know what I'm saying? You better be chilling, Franklin. That's what you better do. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I was saying though, man, make sure y'all subscribe to the second channel. Y'all better do what Franklin did. Like how Franklin say he was chilling. That's what you better do. You better chill just like Franklin. You know what I mean? You better act just like Franklin. You know what I mean? But nah, though, man. Like I said, y'all gaming channel is lit right now. 373 or 74 subscribers, man. We did the dark psychology. The dark psychology of Ghost and Power. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot. Your boy should have, your boy should have freaking, you know what I mean, took some little, extra reading channel. You know what I'm saying? The dark psychology of Ghost and Power. I be trying to tell y'all, man. The school I cheated. Man. You know what I mean? I told y'all I still don't know what Adam is. You know what I mean? Boy, I cheated. You know what I mean? But nah, though, man. We got Ghost and Power. Tyreek. Oh, boy, Tyreek, boy. We just did the dark psychology of Franklin Saint. Now we doing the dark psychology of Ghost and Power. This is one death. Hold on, y'all. I gotta take my headset off this one, man. Y'all spam low and my nigga Ghost. But Tyreek, boy. Oh my God. That boy Tyreek. Oh my God, Tyreek, boy. I gotta see that little boy, man. I ain't gonna lie, Tyreek St. Patrick, boy. Hey, man. Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. You know, that boy Tyreek gotta be a lunatic. You know what I'm saying? Imagine Tyreek, bro. Imagine Tyreek, you feel me? Growing up in a good household. Ghost was literally a good father. And just for you to, I don't get it, Tyreek. Like, you had the life that every kid dreamed to have, and you want to be a drug dealer? I don't get it. You had the mansion, you had the penthouse, you had the life, bro. And you wanted to be a drug dealer. You wanted to be with Brayden. Oh my God. Bro, I don't understand why people ask me, you know what I mean? Like, people ask me, do I watch Raising Kanan? Bro, I've watched everything. Raising Kanan, bro, BMF, Power. You've never watched Power? Whatever your name is. You said you never watched Power? It's certain shows you just supposed to watch. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Power, Snowfall, certain type of shows, bro. You just, if you don't watch that, bro, I'm gonna keep it. I don't know, bro. Y'all just lame as heck, bro.
Analyzing the psychology for this character isn't just for entertainment, but provides you with a blueprint of how, and more importantly, how not.
Never got a Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? Breaking Bad is better than, for me, honestly, in my opinion. Breaking Bad is the greatest show I've ever watched. Breaking Bad for sure. My top 3 shows of all time. Breaking Bad, that's number 1. Number 2, Snowfall. Number 2, Snowfall, and number 3, Money Heist. You know what I mean? Those are the top 3 shows. I just put y'all on some bangers. If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, you know what I mean? You talking about Cobra Kai. My man's, it's my opinion. So why you telling me nah, for? I don't get it. Why are you telling me nah? All you gotta do, bro, is state your opinion. Don't say nah to me. I told you bro, I told you I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm stating my favorite 3 movies of all time. Why are you telling me nah, for? Why is this
navigate your life?
I'm telling this man my favorite 3 movies of all time, and this man got the nerve to tell me no. I just don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. My opinion, my favorite 3 movies of all time, and this jackass DK Metcalf got the nerve to tell me no, it's Cobra Kai. Even though Cobra Kai is a banger, how dare you try to... So just because I don't think the way you think, then that mean it's wrong? You see how the way humans think? You better be glad I'm good, because I ain't gonna lie, my old self would have got one of my freaking gang members to ban you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna just chill. I ain't gonna take that route.
Is James St. Patrick, also known as Ghost from the TV show Power.
But Ghost is tweaking.
Escoge. Si hablo, matan mi familia. I'm not afraid to die.
And I'm not afraid to kill you.
Boom. Pop that nigga.
This line of dialogue before ruthlessly killing another man doesn't come out of someone with a regular mind. Ghost has very desirable traits at times. He's smarter than everyone, he's rational, and he's good at finding success in both the streets and in legit business. And most viewers typically loved watching him in the show, but his good traits can sometimes blind them to the dark psychological traits that he portrays. So by watching this video till the end, you'll be able to unblur the lines between the true character of Ghost.
I know you ain't just put liar on Tyreek. I'm not gonna lie, you low-key pissing me off. Nigga, you put liar on Tyreek like Tyreek wasn't the biggest liar of everybody? Like, what? Liar to Tyreek, man? Bro, how many times that nigga done lied? Please stop it.
This video till the end, you'll be able to unblur the lines between the true character of Ghost and get a understanding of his behavior via the important decisions and major life events that
could have swore Tasha cheated.
This is the dark psychology of Ghost.
No, I'm not gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. Power of Book 2 Ghost. Power of Book 2 with Tyreek, Kane, and you know, Drew and Monet. That junk definitely hit. I ain't gonna cap with Braden in them. That junk definitely fire. I ain't gonna lie to you, my boy. I don't know what the heck you talking about. That's your opinion though, but my opinion, just as good in my opinion. What the freak you talking about?
James St. Patrick was born in 1980 and
even though I don't like that nigga.
His mother was absent for some reason we don't find out about. His father was a businessman who owned nightclubs, but one day he was killed undeservingly by some drug dealers whilst James was still young. So James moved in with his friend Tommy Egan, who he befriended after stopping some boys.
Whoa, we getting some exclusive Raising Kanan footage? Because if y'all do not know, in the last episode, I ain't gonna lie, last episode of Raising Kanan was crazy. You know, Kanan probably did kill Rock. Rock probably gone, y'all. Ain't gonna lie, Rock probably gone. But are we getting some exclusive footage of Ghost and Tommy right now?
We're jumping him. Tommy's mother had little money and was struggling financially. So to try and fend for themselves,
Tommy a bad boy though.
Selling drugs and became affiliated.
Hold on, man, nigga Tommy, hold on. Nigga Tommy got cornrows?
Boys that were jumping him. Tommy's mother had little to no money and was
Tommy got
struggling financially. So to try and fend for themselves, James and
see a white boy cornrows. That nigga don't play.
Affiliated with Kanan and Breeze,
two
more experienced drug dealers who mentored them. They were taught the game of the streets and how to move. James quickly became really good at it and gained the alias Ghost for being able to sell the drugs and disappear before the police could catch him. Ghost realized that being near the bottom wasn't for him and set his sights on the top. He felt within that he had the potential to be the biggest drug dealer in New York. But he was still a long way away, and there were multiple steps he had to carry out in the long term. His first step was to kill Breeze, his own mentor, who he saw as a liability. Kanan understood and took over. James grew up a bit, he found a wife, Tasha, and had 3 kids with her, twins Tariq and Raina, and the youngest child Yasmin. Tasha wanted to see him be the biggest drug dealer in New York just as much as he did, but Ghost realized early on that any person who's in your way on the way to the top needs to be eliminated, so they conspired to take Kanan out. Ghost didn't want to kill Kanan out of love, so they set him up to get him sent to prison, which succeeded, and with him out of the way, Ghost gained more power, with Tommy being his right-hand man. This was the start of Ghost's journey to doing whatever is necessary to make it to the top position in the streets. But that was Ghost. He still needed to be James St. Patrick to the public eye. His brain quickly turned to ensuring he could make his money legit and taking inspiration.
I ain't gonna lie, in my opinion, bro, Tasha looked better than freaking Angela. I mean, Angela looked like she got some good cheeks. You know what I mean? Angela looked like, you know what I'm saying, looked like she was talking about something, you know what I'm saying? But Tasha looked good too. I ain't gonna cap. I feel like Ghost kinda, you know, fumbled with Tasha. Tasha actually looked fine though. I ain't gonna lie, you know, Tasha with the lips. I ain't gonna lie, I love a girl with some good lips. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. Like, that's the most attractive thing. I ain't gonna lie, a girl with some crusty lips. That's the first thing I look at a girl, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. The first thing I look at a girl, bro, It's her teeth and her lips. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Your lips crusty, bro. Like I'm not gonna even say that, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I can say it. I'm not gonna say her name. But I was at Longhorn and I seen like the waitress, the waiter, whatever, was waiting our table, and she looked good, but I looked at the lips. The lips was kind of look crusty. It's a little crusty right there. That right there, I was like, I looked down, up, over with. The lips, I ain't gonna lie, girl with some nice lips, man. I told you I was talking to this little light-skinned girl. I mean, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Girl had the nicest lips, man. I mean, lips and teeth. What I like about a woman, and Tasha had both of them.
From his dad,
right,
truth, which became successful. His success in the street life as the main distributor,
you know what I'm saying,
Lobos, and his success in the nightclub.
I don't like that crusty lips, man.
Separation between Ghost and James St. Patrick.
Nigga say you just gotta uncrust them. Niggas, my lips ever crusty? Have y'all ever seen my lips crusty? You know what I mean? I'm not finna uncrust no lips. I take care of my lips. That's one thing that I do, is take care of my lips. I mean, my lips never crusty. Y'all ever see me get on here with butter teeth? You see me shining, you can zoom in and everything. Look at me. It's not hard to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna uncrust no lips.
The same physical presence, two different spirits.
Nigga said, what I know about Longhorn.
From this point onwards, James's actions became directed towards how he could get what he wanted without a care for how other parties involved are affected. Ghost's actions definitely need to be highlighted, but with the show being 6 seasons long, I'm not going to recap every single one of his actions and decisions, but we will cover the most significant events that give us an insight into Ghost's dark psychology. A behavior of
shut the freak up.
Prominent is murder. In terms of the show alone, we're aware that Ghost has killed at least 18 people.
God, leader boy killed 18 people? God. I mean, I knew this, I ain't gonna lie, but
many of them may have been deserved. For example, Milan. Milan was a Serbian drug lord who forces James back into the drug game after he tried to leave and threatened the lives of his family. Ghost realized the only way this predicament was escapable was ending the life of Milan, which he did. Although Ghost is logical 90% of the time, he couldn't prevent emotions overwhelming him when it came to Clyde Williams, a prison marshal that verbally and physically abused Ghost whilst in prison. Ghost was
shout out my nigga, what's that nigga name? Dang, he died too. What was his name? I forgot his name, bro. It's Eddie Murphy brother though. Eddie Murphy, bro.
An FBI agent after his fingerprints were placed at the murder scene.
I think it's when he was getting cancer, right? I think it's when he was sick, right?
Ghost was framed for killing an FBI agent after his fingerprints were placed at the murder scene, gaining him the temporary label of a cop killer whilst in prison, and facing the charge of a death penalty if found guilty. Despite knowing this, Ghost risked actually getting the death penalty. After Clyde Williams spoke about Tasha and the kids in a derogatory manner,
that nigga beat the bricks off that nigga,
smashing his head in with a heavy weight.
Oh my goodness. Beat the bricks off that nigga.
Tony Teresi was able to execute a plan to prevent him from getting caught. But more often than not, Ghost used murder as a pure means of business or protection, willing to kill anyone he deemed a threat or a risk to the street business. At one point, he tried to kill or take out his crime associates who he believed would snitch on him if the police questioned them, and he actually killed a couple of them, which is smart in his eyes and works out for him, but is obviously very immoral and puts his dark mind into question. So, murder is something Ghost is often associated with, whether he's doing it himself or getting Tommy to do it, as he prefers Tommy doing a lot of the physical things while he summons up the ideas, which derives from Ghost's apparent tactic to use others as much as he can for his own advantage. Everyone Ghost encounters he finds a use for, whether it's people in the legal system, investors, politicians, or other gang members. Ghost will find a way to use them to his advantage, even if it leads to their demise. His actions would suggest he doesn't really care much for the feelings of others. That's probably why it's easier for him to have an affair.
I think he actually cares. He cares about I ain't gonna lie. He definitely cares about, you feel me, about Tommy though. I just feel like Tommy just in that street, like, you know what I mean? I feel like Tommy just a nigga that just gonna get niggas gone, point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? But nah though, he definitely care about Tommy though, for sure.
Cheating on his wife with FBI agent Angela Valdez, who was his romance back in high school, but they split after she moved away.
I'm like, why is this nigga the biggest drug dealer in New York? Where's the biggest drug dealer in New York and he trying to date an FBI agent? Same thing for Tyreek. Just like father, like son. You a big drug dealer trying to go out with a goody-goody. Whole time you got Effie right there. Effie was bad. You know what I mean? Lauren was bad too. I ain't gonna lie. Lauren was fine. You know what I'm saying? But Effie was bad too. I'd rather get her. It's like, okay, Lauren was bad, but Effie was bad too. I'd rather get a girl that's in the game than a girl that's a goody two-shoes. We see how that worked out for Lauren right there. You the biggest drug dealer in New York, and nigga, you trying to go out with an FBI agent? This nigga trying to go out with a detective.
He slowly alienates his own family, as well as putting Angela's career in jeopardy and her life at risk. And this doesn't just lead to a separation when his wife finds out, but his son Tariq also develops a pure hatred.
And don't bring this nigga up in nothing.
Who was affected, James got his fulfillment.
Get that little snake nigga out of my face. I don't feel sorry for that nigga at all.
Using his traits of lying and manipulation. Something we see he do not just in his romantic relationships, but in almost every situation he's a part of. He lies as long as it will gain him an advantage, and he manipulates to ensure things go his way. For a long while, it was though Ghost could do wrong to everyone else without having to endure much suffering himself, and he knew this, and perhaps this contributed to his arrogance. The reign truly felt like it would last forever. That was until his bad deeds caught up with him and the ones he loved.
Ain't no. She died because of her though, I ain't gonna lie to you. She died because of her. I don't know why that little jackass little girl went and confronted that boy like that. Somebody tell me that jackass little girl confronted that nigga like that?
Shot after verbally defending Tariq from a man named Ray who was trying to kill him. Raina's death changed James. He thinks killing the man responsible for Raina's death will ease his pain, but Tariq gets there first, killing for the first time. However, it doesn't end James's distraught. He breaks down at her funeral, apologizing to her for not being able to protect her. At first he starts projecting the blame onto others, blaming Tasha, blaming Tariq, blaming God, and eventually begins to drink, spiraling out of control. Then, after going to church, he realizes that he has a big part to play, and the guilt floods him, but also makes him take actions he believes will alleviate the pain. He plans to start the Queen's Child Project, a building made in remembrance of
Look at Tate.
along with Councilman Rashad Tate.
Well, Rashad Tate ain't like that nigga.
And avoidance of emotion.
That's why Rashad Tate was so freaking hard on Tariq, because of what Ghost used to do to him. How Tate was acting to Tariq, that's how Ghost was acting with Tate.
Doesn't help him, and his life turns into a downfall after he finds out a drunk driver killed a young boy.
Bro, I watched Casino, bro. I watched The Sopranos, bro. I watched all that. Casino, Sopranos, I watched all that, bro. Irishman, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro, I watched everything, bro. I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. Like everything that y'all, all the mobster movies, bro. All that, bro.
Vengeance for Raina, getting rid of another kid killer will help, and he brutally murders that drunk driver to give him some cathartic release, but this doesn't completely eradicate his emotions. He murders Terry Silver, a lawyer who was seeing his wife Tasha out of pure rage.
He had to go.
He and Tommy begin to fall out more and more as time goes on, due to disagreements becoming a common occurrence. It gets so bad that Tommy actually shoots at James whilst with Angela, hitting her and killing the only person he still had a connection with. He feels responsible for Angela's death because she only stayed with him because of his promise to leave the drug game and move away with her. Which
is The Sopranos still on Netflix or Hulu?
More guilt. But not all is lost, and he realizes what he needs to do to successfully remove himself from the drug game for good and stop all of these consequences.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna act like, bro, we gonna act like that this nigga ain't try to lead a drug game though. That's what people don't talk about though. Like how this nigga tried to lead his drug game. Same thing for freaking Franklin. He tried to lead a drug game, bro. It's not like they try to continue. They try to do it the right way, lead a drug game, bro. No.
His last resort arises from being elected to be Lorette Walsh's running mate, the political opponent of Rashad Tate, cementing himself in politics and distancing himself from crime, fully becoming James St. Patrick, making him appear untouchable. However, his violence, murders, and other sins catch up to him when Tariq confronts him about his hate for him.
Look at this little nigga.
And how he ruined their family. And he shoots him in the chest, killing him.
Little nigga, look at this little nigga. Look at this little nigga.
What have you done?
Listen, I had to be the one
Little
to do it.
nigga,
I
man.
had to.
Shut the freak up,
Be the
nigga.
one to do it.
Ghost lived a complicated
Just slap that
life,
nigga in the
experiencing the highest of highs and having a downfall all the way
I don't
to
like that little
untimely
nigga.
death.
I do not like
Despite
that
a
little
range
nigga.
of psychological issues that led to consequences, he becomes a fantastic character to analyze. And although we can't go inside his brain and give an official diagnosis, we're definitely not short of theories.
Little nigga weird, man. The little nigga Tyreek weird.
The theory is that Ghost has split personality. James St. Patrick doesn't have an actual dissociative disorder, but operating as both James St. Patrick and Ghost must be exhausting. However, he fully identifies with Ghost, which is just an alias but can turn him into a murderer. Think of it like Bruce Wayne and Batman. Bruce Wayne is just a guy that was rich off his parents and doesn't care much for the world outside his mansion. Batman is a man of the people whose core values are protecting the city and stopping bad people by any means necessary. James constantly battles living two different lives, wanting to fully become legitimate but never being able to leave the streets. He was so good at being Ghost that abandoning the life wasn't an easy process. The effect this has on him is an emotional disconnect. James St. Patrick is a businessman with a wife and kids. Ghost is a killer that has no emotion and kills anyone in his way. Switching between them makes him see his regular life with the same mentality as the street life, getting what he wants and not caring about who suffers as a result. He wants Angela and doesn't care that Tasha or the kids will be hurt by this. He wants to maintain a good image and doesn't care if he's manipulating him.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, I mean, that does affect the kids, though. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, the kids shouldn't, I feel like when it comes to anybody, I mean, that does affect kids, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, it does affect them. But, you know, seeing mommy and daddy together for their whole life, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, kids gotta understand, like, that's your mom and dad's relationship. You know what I mean? But it's like you can't really tell a kid how to react, you know, because it's like that kid is in a relationship too. You know what I'm saying? All they seen was mommy and daddy for their whole life. So it's like now they seeing mommy and daddy probably finna split up. You know what I'm saying? Dad cheating on mama. They feel like they got cheated on. I don't know. But in reality, like for me, you know, like I would care, but I wouldn't care. Like, you know, if my mom was to cheat on my dad or my dad was to cheat on my mom, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with me. Because you got to realize they're boyfriend and girlfriend at the end of the day. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. So if your dad cheat on your mom, if your mom cheat on your dad, that should not change the relationship that you have with your father or your mother. Like the way you love them both should still just be the same because it has nothing to do with you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I know that's your mama, bro, but at the end of the day, that's still a woman. That's still a woman at the end. They still his girlfriend. That's how I gotta look at it, bro. I think kids forget that they're girlfriend and boyfriend before anything. You know what I'm saying?
And politicians. He's a murderer.
How you got a problem with your dad and mom cheating when you out here cheating? You know what I'm saying? That's what I won't understand. You out here cheating on your girl, but yet you got a problem when your dad do it to your mama? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You out here cheating. You got a problem when your dad and mama do it?
Who plays the role of a good citizen as a disguise, which he does really well due to his ministry.
You only got a problem because your mama and your daddy.
This is not enough to give us an actual dissociative disorder to work with, and we can't officially say he has split personality, but these contradicting lives definitely have an effect on his psychology.
Tell him a nigga Ghost, man.
His detachment of emotions come from his lack of vulnerability. Ghost realized very early on, probably due to his friendship with Tommy, who's really hot-headed, that being emotional in decision-making can lead to recklessness and regretful actions or words.
This nigga killed Lolly.
He embraced this and detached from his emotions, never connecting himself 100% emotionally to anyone or anything. This makes it easy for him to kill anyone without caring or to cheat on Tasha without
Look at Tyreek. Tyreek just look like a snake.
This is mainly a good thing for his street life because he is
niggas just don't look like a nigga to be trusted. Look at him, yo.
It allows him to have patience and make moves when the time is right. Rarely does he make reckless
like that little
decisions
nigga.
in the spur of the moment. Only on the odd occasion it can overwhelm him like he did with the prison marshal. But let's say 90% of the time he maintains logic. Therefore he is more confident in his decision making and doesn't have to hesitate when taking action. The downside, however, is that he stays out of touch with his own emotions as James St. Patrick, making him bottle everything up. Killing people, betraying people, and lying as Ghosts can all take a toll on his subconscious over time. But detaching himself from his emotions is a choice he makes to deal with this cognitive dissonance that is just business. Cognitive dissonance is the mental conflict that occurs when your beliefs don't line up with your actions. Whether he sees killing as a bad thing or not, he views it as beneficial for the safety of the business and his family in the long run, so he doesn't care. As a result, he never has to face the emotional repercussions of his actions. In season 5, we saw his life slowly deteriorate as Raina's death brought out emotions that he had bottled up. It flooded him with overwhelming guilt and made him turn to drinking and reckless killing. Although being logical is better than being emotional, completely disregarding and suppressing your emotions isn't helpful in the long run. A lack of vulnerability obviously isn't a condition, but it makes James more susceptible to other conditions.
Gonna do one more video after this, man.
Ghost shows signs of having
Don't look my
severe
nigga James
egotism,
St.
and another
Patrick,
theory
man.
could be that he's an egomaniac. An egomaniac is someone who has an obsessive preoccupation with themselves and their own desires, often at the expense of others. They have an inflated sense of self-importance and believe they're superior to others. This can lead to a disregard of the feelings and needs of others and a tendency to manipulate and exploit those around them for their own gain. Ghost at the heart does only care about himself and his own goals and desires, and definitely gets there at the expense of
Man, I'm not gonna say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the stuff you be wrong about. Like, even when it came to Franklin, like the other video I did, you be wrong about some stuff. Like, Ghost, he probably didn't care about Tasha and, you know, things of that, but I feel like, bro, with the people that Ghost love, Ghost actually cared about him. Like Tyreek, like, bro, he was an amazing father to Tyreek. Like, if anybody say that Ghost wasn't an amazing father to that little stupid little boy, then I don't know. Like, bro, literally tried to keep Tyreek out the game. Like, I have no idea why Tyreek hated Ghost. Can y'all tell me why that little nigga hated this nigga? Can y'all tell me why? What in the right world made this little nigga want to kill Ghost? Like, that's a weird, bro, it's just weird. That little nigga just weird. That little nigga killed his dad for no reason. Like, literally, I'm like, what the, like, what? This nigga hated his dad for no reason. I've never seen it in my life.
Manipulation definitely being.
He hated his dad for being a good dad.
Most utilized vehicles to get there, but I wouldn't say his self-importance.
But kill Ghost for no reason.
Ghost has genuine
goofy.
His name is feared and holds a lot of weight. He's a man of action, he gets female attraction, he has a successful legit business, he's in great shape and has great people skills. So he did develop great qualities, but he didn't get there from playing by society's rules. He became a killer and a manipulator to ensure he got what he believed he deserved. Labeling Ghost as a narcissist requires some analysis. From the start, he's always thought about himself. As soon as he got into the drug game, he was already eyeing the top spot and had big dreams. But he knew he had to bide his time and never outshine the master until there was a perfect opportunity to get them out the game.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, Kanan weird too, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it G with you. Kanan weird too, though. I'm gonna keep it G. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like have y'all watched Raising Kanan? Like, bro, Kanan, bro, literally blaming Rock for cheating on his mom. Like you said, hated him for cheating on his mom. Man hated him more for it than Tasha. That's what I'm saying. You hated this nigga for, you killed this nigga for cheating on your mama, bro. Like other than that, I don't see no other real, like, cheating on your mama, though. You know, what the freak, bro? You little stupid nigga. But I ain't gonna lie, though. Kanan weird. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, this little nigga blame Rock for everything. I'm like, bro, you finna kill your mama for no reason. I swear this little nigga think that Rock killed Famous. This little nigga think that Rock killed this girl. This little nigga think Rock did everything. I'm like, this little nigga weird. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Like, Rock, bro, pissed me the freak off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. If that little nigga was my son, I would have been off that little nigga. I would have been cut ties with that little nigga. This nigga's mad at Rock for no reason. Bro, remind me of freaking Tyreek. That's what I'm saying. Bro takes no accountability. Nigga, your mama tried to keep you out the game just like Ghost. Nigga, you chose to get in the game. No matter if it was around you, your mama even tried to move you to with your grandma. Wherever she tried to move you away, you came right back. Nigga, like, blaming his mama for everything. I'm like, bro, this nigga's weird. He's gonna kill your mama because you think your mama killed your girl. You think your mama killed Famous. Your mama didn't do none of that you blaming her for. That's the funny thing about it. Everything that he blamed Rock for, she didn't do none of it, bro. Like, Rock get blamed for everything, bro. Like, it's like, bro, I'm talking about, bro, nobody takes accountability. Everybody's like, okay, let's just blame Rock. It's like, gang, I feel like I've realized Rock be dropping niggas, but dang, bro, like, you niggas take no accountability. Like, bro, like, Kanan, bro, you a weird nigga, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga believe in snags and pop. You believe in some random old niggas over your mama. Had no proof that she did anything, but you just believe. Like, man, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, I don't, bro, for me, bro, people be getting too much in blood. I'm not about blood, bro. I am about loyalty. I will kill my own dad. I will kill my own brother. Like, cross my heart, I will kill them niggas if they ever try to betray me. Like, if you ever, like, betrayed me, bro, I'm about loyalty over family any day. You know what I'm saying? Any day. I don't give a F about blood. Like if my son tried to kill, I will kill that little nigga. Dead for real. I'll kill him without a heart. I don't care about that. For me, that's just a title, bro. You gotta take that title away, bro, and let's put human. Like this nigga, you not acting like a brother. You not acting like a sister. You not acting like a son. You not acting like a dad. You acting like an enemy. And that enemy shall get dealt with.
Show love to people's faces.
That's what me. I'll kill my own mama, bro. My mama tried to betray me, bro. My mama tried to betray me and be on some disloyal. I'll kill her. I'll put my mama in the ground. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's for real, bro. I ain't with all that. Bro, loyalty, bro, is something I don't play about, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with this loyalty, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like, I'm all about loyalty, bro.
But then take them out when he felt it was necessary.
I'll kill my own folks, bro. Dead for real. Not playing.
Success and power and manipulates and lies.
That little nigga was my son. I would have put that nigga under the ground.
He's killed many people to ensure.
Would have cut that nigga off. I wouldn't even try to have a relationship with that little nigga. Like that's how I'm gonna be, bro. When I got a child, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I will die on my deathbed. You know what I'm saying? I would die on my deathbed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before I die on my deathbed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Before, like, when it come to my kids, bro, like, if I know I've done everything right for my kids, bro, if I know I've done everything right for my kids, if I know I was a good parent, bro, my kids just still turn out to be weird, F them little niggas. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. That's me. I'm on some F them little niggas, bro. You feel me? If I know I didn't do nothing wrong, I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and my kids just weird, we gotta take away that daughter. We gotta take away that son. It's like, would I mess with this nigga if this nigga wasn't my son? That's how I gotta start. Would I mess with this nigga if this nigga was not? Would I mess with this girl if she wasn't my daughter? Like, would I even hang around you? That's how I be looking at stuff like that. Like, nigga, would I even mess with you if you wasn't my brother? Why do you mess with you and my sister? Nigga, F you, nigga.
Advantage of other people's love.
That family, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Tasha whilst acting
I'm about loyalty, bro.
Kanan was his mentor and was teaching him the rules of the game before Ghost set him up. Ghost wanted to be the biggest drug dealer in New York and killed anyone who was a liability. He also wanted to have multiple nightclubs to make legit money and understood the need to use relationships with people in power to give him.
But Rock real, bro.
He makes Tommy do his dirty work for him.
Rock just get blamed for everything.
Only doing it himself when he determines necessary. These are the symptoms for narcissistic personality disorder, and he covers quite a lot of them. A couple of rebuttals for this accusation would be that he made the money to take care of his family. He wanted his kids to go to college and to not live the life he did. Therefore, his intentions might have not been selfish and for a good cause in his eyes. It was just circumstance that got him there. Maybe he adopts these traits on purpose because he understands how power works, and to make money for his family, he needed power. For a long time, he just wanted to be a legit businessman, but didn't understand you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't just reap the rewards of street life and abandon it without the repercussions eventually catching up. Whether he is consciously doing these actions or not, he does mirror a narcissist. His desire for power may raise cause for an accusation of Machiavellianism. His manipulative abilities really resonate with the Machiavellian personality traits. Using strategies to gain power and prestige. Ghost literally behaves as if he studied the 48 laws of power, and definitely displays behaviors that seem strategized and calculated in order to gain power. Machiavellian leaders maximize their personal power. Ghost dominated the streets, legit business, and eventually succeeded in politics. He maximized his power to the highest possible extent. Moral and ethical standards do not matter to Machiavellians. Cheating, lying, killing. It's not even that the killing doesn't matter to him, he's just desensitized to it. After detaching his emotions and creating cognitive dissonance that murder was necessary to succeed in the crime business, he killed Breeze. After that, he probably became accustomed to that feeling, knowing it was only the beginning. In the first episode of Power, before killing Miguel, Ghost responds to Miguel's statement, "I'm not afraid to die," by stating, "And I'm not afraid to kill you." He then shoots Miguel in the head without hesitation, displaying no visible emotional effects, guilt or trauma. It appears he's okay with it. Again, no matter how much you like Ghost, it's hard to not attribute the Machiavellianism personality type to him also.
I mean, my nigga, that's part of the game though, you know what I'm saying? That's part of the game. There's no such thing as you not having no bodies under your belt, bro, if you trying to be in the game. Nah, I mean, that's just, it's no such thing as being a good drug dealer. You want to be like a drug dealer, like, you know, like freaking Ghost. You want to be like a Tommy Egan, Pablo Escobar, El Chapo. Them type of niggas, you want to be that, you're going to have some bodies under your belt. You're going to have to kill. That's mandatory. That's something that's going to happen. There's no such thing as avoiding bodies. You're going to have to kill something, whether you like it or not. That's why I be like, a lot of y'all niggas not really in the drug game. Like, you want to be plugs, you weed plugs. You're not a plug, bro. You know what I mean? You're just a weed man. The plug is like the plug, bro. It's different. Just how it's different stages when it come to basketball. You got high school, college, the NBA. That's how the weed is. Weed elementary. Y'all niggas the elementary of this drug game. They the elementary of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the weed boys, they swear to be the plugs. Weed boys, y'all elementaries. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't the cocaine and yeah, that's the professionals. Those the, you know, yeah. Those the big dogs.
The main question that always raises debate is whether Ghost is a psychopath or a sociopath. The words get thrown around easily, but we have to look at what psychology says. The main reason Ghost could fall into the antisocial personality disorder realm is because of his lack of empathy. He doesn't care how his actions will affect others, he only cares that he doesn't get caught. However, his love for Angela combats the accusations. Can psychopaths...
That boy loves some Angela, boy.
Well, yes, they actually can, but just not to the extent of regular individuals.
You can't get rich selling weed. I'm sorry. Plain and simple. You can't get rich selling weed. You think you finna get rich selling weed, you're dumb. You will not get rich selling weed.
His willingness to stay with her even when he finds out who she is, and his distraught at her death makes it more balanced.
If you're trying to go all in with the drug game, you're gonna have to elevate. You know what I mean? Because people want, bro, these people on the streets, man, these days want something way stronger than weed. Some people, weed don't do it for them. You know what I mean? Weed don't do nothing for these people on the streets. These people like them strong-ish. You know what I mean? Weed weak to these people on the streets.
The thing that really puts it into question is his ability to display guilt. Psychopaths and sociopaths
got folks that take crazy-ish on the streets.
Really guilty for both Raina and Angela's deaths. Again, up for debate. If we assume that Ghost has these three traits, we could potentially conclude that he has the Dark Triad.
That'll be the last video.
The Dark Triad is a psychological
good videos I done,
first published by Delroy Paulus and Kevin Williams in 2002. It describes three personality types that are notably offensive but non-pathological, as displayed on the screen. The last thing I want to do in this series is force a theory onto a character, but I just can't help but see a resemblance between Ghost and the qualities in the Dark Triad. On the Joe Rogan podcast with Jordan Peterson, hearing him talk about the Dark Triad makes me see Ghost in this light. Ghost is Machiavellian because his thought process when he meets up with someone in crime or business is, how can I use this person to my advantage to gain the upper hand, before he manipulates them and gets his benefits using them as a pawn to get ahead. In terms of narcissistic personality disorder, a narcissist wants social status without doing any of the work and wants all the attention. Ghost does all the work, and I wouldn't say he's a narcissist. He has the attention but doesn't do things for attention, so this deviates him from the Dark Triad. I would have to say Ghost has psychopathic traits. People could call him a sociopath, assuming that he was molded into this character by Kanan, just like Tariq was. Psychopaths are assumed to have a genetic predisposition, yes, but sociopaths are known for being hot-headed and impulsive, like Tommy. Psychopaths are cold and calculated, just like Ghost. Either way, his lack of empathy and ability to repeatedly murder and continuously cheat put him in the realm of severe antisocial personality disorder. Only having 2 out of the 3 eliminates him from being in the Dark Triad in my eyes. However, these are just my theories. With all the information given, I would love to hear your viewpoint in the comments.
Alright, man, so that's it, man. The dark psychology of Ghost and Power, man. I hope y'all enjoyed them videos. Like I said, y'all, it's something new every day. Never know what you're gonna get, man. Never know what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Ever. You feel me? So y'all just, it's always gonna be something new every single day. That's all I just tell y'all. Something new every single day, man. I appreciate y'all for joining the stream. You know what I mean? You said, dang, what you missed? Nigga, you missed a lot. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, man, I appreciate everybody for joining the stream. Like I said, man, make sure y'all subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Whatever you need to do, go ahead and do it. It's your boy, Jay Willie City. Take it easy for you, like Beezy. Your boy, Jay out. Yeah.